für die zweite Hälfte dieser Abendsession begrüßen wir außerdem auf der Bühne den Calculator, Mr. Kirk Bevins.
4 matches remain in the second round of the European Darts Open. The world #1 has just moved safely through to the third round, beating Mervyn King 6-1, Michael van Gerwen. And now it's over to the world #2, taking on the man who beat Barney yesterday. Steve Beaton doing bits in Leverkusen. It's not going to get any easier for him, but he has got a decent record against Rob Cross, and he's won some significant matches against Voltage as well, including a semi-final in the last tournament that Steve won, the Pro Tour in 2017. And he has something that Cross doesn't as well, Dan, which is a European Tour title.
He does. And wins at the World Grand Prix, which is something that has eluded Rob Cross in the past, because he's been drawn against Steve Beaton on both occasions he's played in the tournament. First round, both 2-0 wins. So even though it's 3 wins apiece in the head-to-head stats, in terms of legs, Beaton has won more than Rob Cross over the course of their 6 meetings.
Yeah, 2 of those on the European Tour, and both of them won by Cross in the last leg decider.
Yeah, very true. But Rob Cross right now is, in some metrics, the form man in world darts.
Which metrics?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg is Rob to throw first. Game on.
Well, you can look at it in a number of ways, Mo. You could look at who's top of the Premier League. For a start, that would be him, 2 points clear. You could look at who's averaging most in the Premier League or on the Pro Tour. That is Rob Cross in both instances.
59.
You can look at the most ton-plus averages. He is hitting an 100 average far more often than he is not. But Steve Beaton may just have the beating of him.
180, number 100. 101. What a start, Dan.
Yeah, this could be really, really good. We know Steve Beaton's got the capability to just be amazing, because he is amazing all day, every day. But Rob Cross is playing amazingly, and he is a special player. And the one thing you can say for Steve Beaton, that he allows his opponents to do whatever they want. Because when you've seen enormous averages, some absolutely monstrous performances from some of the best players in the world, a lot of them have come against Beaton, because he plays at this rhythm and he just allows people to settle down. There's no gamesmanship, there's no tactics, there's nothing. And look at this, treble 16, would have left double 16. And this is one of the things that Rob Cross is doing at the minute. He's taking out those big combination finishes that he was doing all the way through his first year in PDC darts.
Beaton's first visit of the match was a maximum. But he's going to have to rely on Rob missing 2 at double.
Is he going to, Murph?
Well, he rarely does. The old Rob Cross routine that served him so well.
On the first leg, Rob Cross. Second leg is Steve to throw first. Game on.
And the double 16 serves him well. The winner of this one takes on the Ferret, Johnny Clayton, in the last 16.
Not particularly impressive from the Ferret, was it? I mean, I know he won 6-3 against Adam Hunt, but he had a lower average than him. It was only in the mid-80s. It doesn't really matter. It's all about who getting through to the final day and then turning it on.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Rob Cross's performance level has been consistently around that 100 mark. Johnny Clayton is a man who has a massive range of averages, isn't he?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
83 to 113.
He is the Olivia Colman of darts in that he has a very impressive range. And to be fair, Rob Cross, the most consistent in terms of the averages and ton-plus averages, all this sort of stuff. He's also one of the most consistent in not making any finals this year. Certainly on the tour, he did make, of course, the final of the UK Open this year, and then his consistency absolutely deserted him in that final against Nathan Aspinall, when it looked like a second major title was there for the taking, really.
Second 180 is there for Rob Cross, but it's not enough to get him down to a finish, so Beaton still has control. Certainly now. We mentioned before this tournament how heavy the top half of the draw is. This is the other half. And it is opening up for somebody. As Beaton looks for double six now.
69.
Come back to that in a minute, but Cross has a chance to pull clear here.
Treble 20 will be the target at first. He'll stay there. And now he looks at double 16. Again, we get the big pause. But this time he can't find the target.
To the right, too high.
No score. Robbie Reguard, 32.
Well, we didn't fancy Rob Cross to miss two at double in the last leg. We don't think he'll miss three, do we? Do we?
Had one like this on Thursday night. A ridiculous over from the right-hand side. Skewered it into the target area after he'd blocked a lot of the bed. Just like that.
Well, Rob Cross doubles his lead. Just to return to the point about the bottom half of the draw. Well, we've seen the number 2 seed, the top seed in that half, Ian White, beaten by Justin Pipe this afternoon. Of course, rattles in maximum number 3. We've also seen the number 6 seed Adrian Lewis dumped out by Dimitri van den Berg.
Yes, although with the performance Dimitri put in, you're just replacing a guy high in the seedings because he's a great player with a guy who's not in the seedings but still a great player. And speaking of great, that's 5 perfect darts. No more.
Well, Cross cruising at the moment. 2 legs up. 6 darts from 181. Might not be cruising in a minute.
41.
Sailed into choppier waters here.
But there is, every time I watch Rob Cross, I think at some point in the game he's going to pull out a massive finish. This one, he'll be looking at 2 treble 18s, one of his favourite sections of the board, to try and leave himself double 16.
This is the signature shot, isn't it, for Rob Cross?
Yeah, he will use that treble 18 segment as often as possible.
Do you go to 17s or 20s? Oh, 3.
Well, that. I know I've had a go at Steve Beaton's counting before, but that's a very poor one even for this time.
He's left himself with 99 problems, even if he does return.
Again, slight counting issue. The first dart wasn't good, the last dart wasn't good either.
Doesn't matter. Rob Cross pins tops. And he's 3 ahead. And he's threatening to do to Beaton what Michael did to Mervyn.
45.
Oh, it's another one, isn't it? It's another one. Of course it is. 4 legs, 4 maximums for Rob Cross.
Well, both players on 3-2-1, but Beaton through first and has chucked 6 darts. Cross, for the second consecutive leg, throws 5 out of 6 perfectly in big trebles. You said at the start of the match that he's been setting the standard this season in terms of the numbers. Could set the standard in this tournament, the way he's going.
57.
Seen some very impressive stuff today already. Christoph Ratajski, a standout performance. But have to survive match darts against incredibly gritty and determined Michael Smith. This for a double break of throw. Good guide. Finds the treble. Where's that got to go?
In the ball for Rob Cross, denying Beaton a chance at an outshot. And it has been a flying start for the 2019 Euro Tour campaign for Rob Cross, but we have seen players already this weekend as he tries to do something else special. It's another leg, which he started with three trebles.
Good heat map shot, that, wasn't it?
Yes, the darting heat map. No prizes for it, but it looks good. Yeah, we have seen players surrender big leads. Some of them managing to get over the line still in the end, some not. Glenn Durrant, 4-1 and 5-2.
Right, just let Rob Cross start from 3-2-1 at the start of every leg, because he's getting 180 every leg. You may as well we'll just give him that, and then he can concentrate going from 3-2-1.
The heat map in this leg is sublime. Hasn't missed a treble yet and finds himself on 2-5-8. And it goes on. He's feeling hot.
140.
Well, Rob Cross, every single time he toes the oche,
96.
he is pretty much
118.
playing superb stuff.
Well, it looks like he's got Steve Beaton's number here.
78.
Returning with 3 clear at tops. Steve Beaton wandered onto the stage without a care in the world as usual. Chucked in a 180 and thought, feeling good. Not sure he's feeling that good now.
This one's improved his feeling. Well, a rare mistake.
Can the bronze Adonis punish? He's going to get a 5th dart at double.
34.
But he can't find it. Now double 5 stands between Rob Cross and a 5-0 lead.
Well, he did produce an incredible comeback to beat Raymond van Barneveld in the first round.
8.
This might be the first step on a comeback here.
Tops.
Games on the 5th leg, Steve Beaton.
And it is a break of throw for Beaton. Keep him 2 away and you keep yourself in contention.
Mensur Suljovic and Matti Dennant, the gentle versus the scholar, to follow this one. The wizard and smudger, Simon Whitlock, a former European champion, and Ross Smith, quarter-finalist at the UK Open recently, in the penultimate game of the night. And then Peter Wright and Kim Huybrechts will round things off. But there might be a little more to go in this one. What country is he from, do you think?
Cross has just tailed off ever so slightly
58.
since missing the chance to lead 5-zip.
It's almost as if that clutch of missed doubles has just knocked him out of his stride when he was just strolling towards a very comfortable victory. This might get him going again.
126.
Phil Beaton needs a treble. Finds 1, finds 2.
128.
Rob Cross won't hit a 180 here. Will he?
I hope he does. Please, Rob. Oh, come on, man. Don't tease us.
138. Steve Uruguay, 78.
He thought about it. Now Beaton's thinking about double 12 and finds it
Steve Beaton.
to reduce the arrears to 2 legs.
Well, the one thing you can say about Steve Beaton, he doesn't get phased, seemingly. Whatever the situation, he just is. He goes up there and he's Steve Beaton. And he's Steve Beaton whether he's 5-0 up or 5-0 down. And Steve Beaton can do some special things, and he can certainly rattle off a succession of legs in sub-15 darts.
Well, I mentioned it yesterday in his match with Barney, but it is very special to have qualified for all 4 European Tour events, for which qualifiers have been held.
140.
It hadn't been the brightest start to the year for Beaton on the Pro Tour, but there has been a bit of bad fortune in that, because if you look at the stats that you were referring to earlier, he's in the top 20 as well.
Yeah, it kind of sort of feeds into the point I made at the start of the game, where Steve Beaton, because he just does what he does, and you know exactly what Steve Beaton can do, play at the same pace, same rhythm. It seems that other people really like playing Steve Beaton because they save some of their best stuff for him.
164 apiece.
54 will be the first target. Rob Cross likes to go that route. Now it's treble 20.
I imagine Steve will do it the other way around. That's what he was attempting. And his plan of keeping Rob Cross 2 away from 6 legs might not go to plan, because Rob Cross and double 18 is usually a marriage made in heaven. Not on this occasion. He does find double 9 and is 1 away from a place in round 3.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be good at double 18 and you're going to use it, you'd best be good at double 9.
59.
Classy display from Rob Cross, sending out a message. There you see the numbers, 5 maxes.
100.
Another player to average over a ton. Pretty certain that he will end up over a ton at the end of the match.
Yeah, well, if you just take out that one leg of missed doubles, all of a sudden you're seeing an average right closer to 110. Right up there. Most of those misses coming in the same leg for Rob Cross. But Steve Beaton's not done just yet. 180 number 2 for the bronze Dodonis. Couldn't leave a finish from where he was.
Much more casual maximum than that. Steve is not yet beaten.
105.
And that's clever darts to leave himself a simple 2-dart out.
I've seen this so many times in the Premier League. The leg looks like it's lost, but Cross is able to apply some pressure.
140. Steve Beaton 57.
Double top to stay in it.
Game shot the 8 legs. Steve Beaton.
Shrugged off by the bronze Dodonis.
Game on.
He does get a 3rd leg on the board. He has to break the cross throw, then hold, then break again. He has broken cross once in this match, but he had to do that with the help of a load of missed doubles by Rob Cross, and he's back smacking in 180s. He has hit 6 in this game.
Yeah, and rightly so. We've been praising Rob Cross's performance, but this has been decent from Steve Beaton.
Yeah, he's not done a great deal wrong, has he?
Just felt the wrath of Rob.
Well, that is a growing club this year. Plenty of people are doing it.
Cut the 180 in half there, did Rob, Dan. That's what happened.
Yeah.
140.
Beaton might yet be allowed a way back into the leg, but it still needs Rob Cross to have another slip in this turn. And that's not going to happen now.
140.
Yeah, it's just really convincing stuff. This man is going to win titles and win them soon. You cannot keep playing this well, game after game after game, and not win things.
As soon as tomorrow night?
Quite possibly. Yeah, and I like that as well. Choosing not to go treble 17, and Bull didn't need to, but still having the presence of mind to switch down the board for a big treble that was open.
He's in control of the match, of his mind. And wants double 16 to complete. To nick your word, a very convincing win. Double 4.
24.
But he has been afforded a luxury. The 3 missed darts at double for the win.
94. 8.
Well, that was probably just a temporary delay. Because now Rob Cross can start preparing for the final day of the European Darts Open. A 6-3 victory. More than 100 average once again for Rob Cross. Across the Premier League and the Pro Tour this year. It is now played 34 games. That is his 22nd ton-plus average. Nobody in the world of darts is doing that as much as Rob Cross is right now. And that is why, particularly in this half of the draw, he's got to be looked at as the most likely to go through to the final. But he's going to have to get past a ferret tomorrow afternoon to make it through to the quarters here at the European Darts Open. 3 more games to come. Former European champion Simon Whitlock, former UK Open champion Peter Wright, and the former Champions League of Darts winner Mensur Suljovic on the way, and it's mighty Mensur who's up first.
Congratulations. Well done. Average in the treble figures. Would you say a pleasing start into the tournament?
Yeah, I felt I played all right. I found my range early, and I've been playing well, so I've really been enjoying my darts. And maybe tonight I thought myself get it done quick. I want to go back and watch Netflix. But no, in fairness, it went well. It went well. I played all right. I'm scoring well. I'm finishing well. And then you have your little bit where you miss.
Zum Start ins Turnier ein Average von über 100 Punkten für den Weltmeister von 2018. Ob er zufrieden ist, er sagt, ja, er ist zufrieden und zurzeit hat er vor allem viel Spaß an seinen Darts. Er hätte es gern ein bisschen schneller beendet, wollte eigentlich zurück ins Hotel, Netflix gucken, sagt er. You said that you enjoy your darts. I mean, since you've lost the world crown, really, it seems to me like there's a bit of a spring in your step, maybe a bit of a burden off your shoulders. Is that, yeah, maybe? Yeah,
probably. No, in fairness, I've done, what, a year to learn last year. And that's all I've done was learn, and I never developed as a player. I don't feel I got it out, and at least now, with what I did learn, I feel I'm probably twice the player than when I won the Worlds. But we'll see as the year goes on and how things are developed. And I'm really glad, actually, I'm back on the Euro Tour. It's nice. It's come up on the stage and great crowds, and I'm really appreciative. So, thank you.
Ja, ich habe ihn gefragt, er sagte, er hat Spaß zurzeit am Dart, und ich hatte das Gefühl, dass seit er seinen Weltmeistertitel verloren hat, in Anführungszeichen, dass es ein bisschen, ja, eine Bürde von seinen Schultern ist, und er sagt, das kann gut sein, sagt, das letzte Jahr war für ihn ein riesiger Lernprozess, und er glaubt, dass er jetzt doppelt so gut ist wie zu dem Zeitpunkt, als er die WM gewonnen hat, und das lässt uns doch noch auf einiges hoffen, dann morgen in der 3. Runde dieses Turniers. Wir sagen Glückwunsch und danke, Voltage Rob Cross!